What's up, y'all? This is your boy Jazz, aka JR the Artist, and you're watching You Know I Got Soul.com. Stay in.
You guys, Dru Hill, last album, Independence Day, came out. Catch us up what you've been up to since, the group and yourself.
Since we dropped Independence Day, we've been on the road constantly with, groups from, I'm gonna say groups that appeal to maybe like, 18, from 18 all the way up to 40 and over, man. I mean, we always been, a blessed group to have that fan base, you know what I'm saying? So that was something that, we talked about a lot this run, because it's like, one day we might be on the bill with Chris Brown, next day we're on the bill with, Big Sean, the next day we're on the bill with, Atlantic Star, Faith Evans, Keith Sweat, No Edition, BBD. It's like we're in front of everybody. So I'm like, wow, man, we did our thing, amongst that we all just started venturing to our own solo projects as well, just to kind of reinforce our own individual livelihood within the business, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, always, use that Dru Hill counterpart to keep plugging that, because that's our brand, you know what I'm saying? And like I was saying to someone earlier, I was like, one of the main things is that we want to see the day where we can say, okay, Dru Hill is on tour, and we got the whole Dru set intermingle with the jazz set, the Cisco set, the Nokia set, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, something different, you know what I mean? Something that kind of speaks longevity. That's what we're looking at right now. Cool. And it's gonna happen.
All right, cool. And you came out in the mid-90s. A lot of groups from the mid-90s, the 90s, even the 80s, they broke up. They haven't managed to stay together. Yeah. You guys had a little, few problems here and there along the way, but you managed to keep it together. Yeah. So, what's the key to staying together and remaining relevant?
Let me tell you the truth. Now check this out. The love for what you do is the key. That's the magic. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess just like any other type of job, you gotta love what you do to kind of, overcome the obstacles that are underlined, that you really don't see till you smack in the middle of it. You know what I mean? And whatever hardships we had as a group, that's that just attests for just the main reason why you gotta love what you do going into what you do. Period. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be singing or whatever else it is, as long as you got the passion for it, you're gonna go to bed at night thinking about it. You're gonna wake up in the middle of the night thinking about it. You can get up in the morning thinking about it. You know what I mean? It's gonna be on your mind throughout the day. So that's the type of passion that has to be there in order to weather the storm.
Yeah. Okay. I remember hearing some solo stuff from you back in the early 2000s. I think you were working on a solo project at the time. Whatever happened with that project? Man, I think some of the songs from our solo project from back in the early 2000s, I'm going to release in my current solo endeavor. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of records that were like smashes. They were smashes that nobody ever got a chance to hear. And then of course, like some other records, like I want to grab too, like the one joint I did with Jill Scott, Loving Again. That joint was tight, you know what I mean? But only like a handful of people got a chance to hear it. So I'm like, I gotta let the world hear this. Yeah. And I also did a record that was on the Nutty Professor 2 soundtrack, Here With Me. That joint's tight, you know what I'm saying? So I'm grabbing a few, the pieces that I feel, it's not only me, like I look online, man, and a lot of people are requesting those records, like, oh, you got timeless songs, what you gonna do, when you gonna drop them? So, I'm definitely putting those songs in the mix with, some of my new records, man. Just start my story. I'm just ready to start Jazz's story, you know what I'm saying? Let's get it jumping. The one thing about Dru Hill, it always seemed like, even though you guys all shared lead vocals at times, it always seemed like Cisco always got the limelight. Yeah. Did that ever make you guys feel some type of way about that?
Well, no, actually, I did endure a little bit of, self-searching and kind of pull myself out of a small depression with that, because I know, like I said, I come from a very musical background, so you already know, like, if I go home in the beginning parts of the year, like, what are you doing? Why are you not doing this? Why are you not doing that? You got Cisco doing the whole thing, and my family like, what? Come on, you do this in your sleep. I'm like, I know, but that's what they wanted, or that was, you know, the video direction, or boom, boom, you know what I'm saying? But one thing I can say is, as time progressed, you know, a lot of our like diehard fans start saying, well, Jazz, you know, I really know that was you in this part, and that, you know, that part, and like a lot of times, like within this last run with Dru Hill, I think a lot of people got a chance to really see, you know, the parts that I really sang, because just like you said, a lot, you know, in a lot of instances, a lot of different, you know, things that I contributed to the group and to the records were kind of, you know, mistaken that it was somebody else. You know what I mean? I'm Sisqó per se. But and to his defense, like a lot of times in different interviews and all, he'll pump it up and say, well, you know, Jazz is this, Jazz is that. But you know, it's all about, you know, the impression. You know what I'm saying? So that's part of, you know, part of the thing I'm carrying, you know, to try to get clear anyway. So, but I, you know, I appreciate you, you know, making that excellent observation.
I definitely noticed that. You know, cool. You know, it seems like today in R&B there's a lack of R&B groups.
Yeah.
You know, you have any opinion on why that's the case? Where'd they go?
Man, I think in the midst of, you know, people trying new sounds and new things and new inventions, so to speak, I mean, you know, that whole organic part of, you know, music period has to always exist. You know what I mean? Like, I was talking to some people, you know, we just talking about different, you know, avenues that we have as far as radio, or, you know, different, like back in the day, you had a whole lot of different bands that was just spudding everywhere, whether they were mainstream or whether they were just, you know, a local, you know, top 40 band. You had so much music floating around you, different places you could go. You know, those who wanted to be fed with real musicianship, you know, and real vocal ability, you had different places to go. Now it's kind of so narrowed down, you know what I mean? So it's like all the new generations don't have as many, you know, people or things to study like we used to back in the day. So I think, you know, that just needs to be, you know, spread it out a little bit more, man. Gotta give these kids tomorrow some real stuff to study so they can come up with it. That's the whole thing, you know. You gotta study something in order, you know, to make it yours.
And just one last question, you know, what do you remember most about the recording of the song? This is my favorite Dru Hill song. These Are the Times. You know, what do you remember most about making that record?
Man, These Are the Times. We were in Babyface's studio. Actually, we were there with Babyface and the Underdogs, and I know, like, we went for Sisqó. Once again, we were waiting for Sisqó to come do a part, and they were like, man, Jazz, why don't you come and lay these different parts here, boom, boom. So I went in and I started doing parts here and there. They was like, all right, why don't you do this part? Do this part, do that part. Do this part. Next thing you know, I'm stacking all the different harmonies, and everybody just come in and add their pieces with me. And then they're like, well, why don't you sing the song all the way down? So it's like I sing it all the way down. So then when Sisqó finally comes in, he like sings it all the way down too, and then they kind of like pitch and match the vocals, and that's how you got both of us. So
good stuff. And anything you like to add?
Hey man, I just want to say, you know, music is my thing. It's what I love to do. Coming on the scene, you know, my company is DigiGrind Unlimited. Keep y'all, you know, keep your ears to the street. Stay in tune online, man. I'm kind of testing a new thing here, trying to find a way to break into, you know, some different genres, because I know everybody's kind of looking for me to come with like something that's similar to like the Dru Hill sound. So I've got that, but also, you know, in addition, I'm breaking into, you know, some other genres of music, and I need anybody to roll with me. So I kind of like created a new tag. I mean, I'm a junior anyway, so it's not really a brand new tag, but you know, I just added it, you know, to the public, you know what I mean, and it's like JR the artist, and so I'm just kind of, you know, trying to figure out, you know, what type of music I'm gonna put under what tag, you know what I'm saying, and just really get it jumping for real. But you know, I just say that, you know, y'all roll with me. I'm gonna always make sure I put out great music, period. You know, no matter what genre it is, for real. So just roll with me. I got you.
Good stuff.